Hi, this is Lauren Hines with CraftSomeJoy. I'd like to share with you today another quick craft room tour, and specifically today I'd like to focus on paper. Paper organization. I love paper. And paper organization has been something that I've been working at for quite a while. Now, I do have an entire wall of Recollections cubbies that I have purchased over the years from Michaels. I have a lot of things stored on this wall, and I will do another video where I can get into all the different drawers and how I have everything organized here on my wall o' cubbies. But today, I just want to spend a little bit of time digging in on how to organize paper. So I am a big scrapbooker. It's my first joy, and this system really does speak to scrapbookers and how we organize and reach for our paper. This will work for other crafters, I'm sure, and I know that there's a lot of different systems out there, but this is something that I've come up with over the last 25 years. I've been scrapbooking. And this system really does work. I love it. I can find what I need. I know what I have, and I don't forget about paper. And I really do look at how I can utilize what I actually already own. As I mentioned, these are the Recollections cubes from Michaels. And then normally they just sit horizontally, but I just flipped them so that they fit vertically. And the reason I do that is so that I can just kind of stand up all my different paper packs within each of the cubby. Each cubby has 4 slots. So as I've gone through and looked at what I have and how I work, what I realized is that it's really important to kind of think big and then think small. So I started off labeling some of my biggest file folders. These are the big Creative Memories Power Palette folders with the biggies: spring, summer, fall, and winter. So in those big general categories, I put paper, stickers, embellishments, and journal cards, border strips, all those different fun things, all within that one packet. Okay, you can see there's quite a bit of things that I store all within that one folder. Okay, so that's my general big category. Now, each section also has things related to that season. So if I have a smaller palette that I want to keep together, that's when I use these sleeves, these 12 by 12 sleeves and an Avery tab, and I label and make my own little file folders. And I'll give you a quick tip on how to do that. It's so easy, and it makes a big difference on how you can find your packs. Okay, you can see here's another one. And I just go through and I have my big pack, and then I have some smaller packs. Okay, the same for summer. Now, it's also important to include holidays within that season. Okay, so summer, you're going to have 4th of July. I love 4th of July. So I have quite a 4th of July collection. So I needed, again, one of my big pockets to hold all my different 4th of July stickers and memorabilia and all the different things. Okay, now I also have another smaller pack. Here's one, it's called Summer Fun. And so I have a smaller sleeve, and I have already labeled that. Okay, so the next section is fall, and that's where I have my big fall folder with all things fall related, all those beautiful colors and different styles of fall all tucked away in there. I also have labeled some of the different smaller kits that I have. Those are really easy to kind of see and just pull right out, and you know how to reach those. I have quite a Halloween collection, so that did also get a big folder, so I can stick all my different Halloween products right in there. And then I also have some of the smaller Halloween kits tucked in here as well. The next section is winter. Winter also includes the holidays. I put Valentine's in winter since it's February. And so I have a big Valentine love folder. So I have all of those little goodies in there. You can see that's a nice big juicy collection. Also in winter, so winter holds more of my snow and cold weather papers, but then I also have different Christmas collections. And so Christmas is also quite a big holiday. And so I have all of those different kits, quite a few over the years I've collected. Christmas, big fun. So I have all those different collections there. Okay, so then after the seasons, you want to start thinking about different categories. And so and again, this is based on how I work on my projects. So one of my big categories is also birthday. And so I have a whole birthday section and different kits and collections for working on celebrations and different things like that. Then there's travel. Travel is another big section, more outdoorsy travel, different abroad travel, beach travel. So all those different kind of categories I have tucked into my travel section. Then we move on to kids, and I have a lot of different school packs, toddler packs, different things of when I'm working on their primary books, high school books, different things like that. So those are all my different kids. Scouts are in here, sports are in here. This is all school related. Here at the end, I also found when I was working on my youngest son's book, I used an entire palette to keep it all working together for his collection. And so I just tucked all of those and labeled a whole folder Eric's school book. So I can just reach for that whenever I'm ready to work on his book. Okay, so I want to just show you quickly my upper shelf here. These are the larger palettes. These are big collections. So I have a lot of baby, and I have a lot of baby girl and baby boy. This is also where I add in Disney. And then sometimes manufacturers, including Creative Memories, come out with a big palette of paper and embellishments that all work together. And so I decided to go ahead and keep all of my palettes together. I know what those different palettes are, and then I just labeled each folder with the name of the palette. So like this shelf has Peacock, Candy Shop, Vintage Chic, and they have a new one called Rainbow Rush, which is beautiful with all the different rainbow colors and all the different stickers and memorabilia to go with it. Beautiful collection. So here at the end, I just have kind of an overstock of different paper that I intend to use someday. And I also keep a pocket with all the different paper pack indexes. So I like to keep the first sheet of some of the paper packs. If I've used them up and then I put them into the different categories, I always like to keep a sheet of these together so that I can, if I'm looking for a certain paper, go, where did I get that? And if I need to try to find something else again, I have an index that shows me what's in the paper pack. Not all manufacturers do that, but Creative Memories does, and so I like to keep those on hand. So next I want to show you the area that I have, and this area is my fun rainbow zone. Now I have this right next to my workstation because I reach for these papers quite often. Again, you can see I'm using the same system of the big pockets. So each color has two main pockets that I hold the majority of my cardstock in. And then I also have next to it all the, again, those little paper sleeves holding all of my backstock color. Now, these sleeves are great, but I do know when I use up a certain color in my main category, then I like to pull out of my backstock and make sure that I have one or two colors in my big collection of color so that I can always have those on hand. So you can see I have repeated this for all the different colors. Again, I have blues and my printed blues, and all of those go in the big packet. And so if I'm working, I can just pull out this big chunk of blue printed paper and have a flip through and see what's going to work with what I'm working on. Here again is my backstock, and then it just moves on. Blue is, I do have a lot of blues, so I have several cubbies for the blues. I do want to mention that when I open one of my paper packs, I like to keep either the tag or the insert, the index, so that I can see what color it was and what manufacturer. And so I just slip that right inside the sleeve along with the paper, and then I just slide it right back in. So here you can see I move on and do my greens, green prints, all my green backstock, my yellows, my yellow prints, my yellow backstock, oranges, orange prints, orange backstock, and so forth, pink, reds. And then at the end, I have some of my specialty paper. Here's where I'll reach for my ruled paper if I'm doing some journaling and I need a ruled box, my metallics, any kind of my textures, my wood paper, vellum is over here. So this is just kind of my specialty little groove. And one of my latest additions is my polka dot file. I really love the dot grid to do journaling on, and I just decided to print my own on white cardstock so that I have it easy and accessible, and I can just cut this up and use this in my scrapbooks for journaling. Okay, my last little section is down here, and this is where I have all of my blacks and grays and my prints, my browns, brown prints, my neutrals and my neutral prints, and then my white and cream. And then I have the backstock of those different colors here. I like to also keep my current projects right here where I can reach them and have those nice and handy. So there it is. That's my rainbow cubby wall and super easy to access. Okay, so now I want to show you just how easy it is to make your own paper folder. Okay, so what you'll need to get started is your choice of 12 by 12 record sleeve or paper sleeves. Now the one I chose was the Checkout Store brand, and there are different ones on the market. I will leave the link below. Just be sure to hit the More button, and you can see the ones that I chose. These are clear sleeves, and this one does have a little flap. Now I don't really use the flap too much, so I know there's some brands that don't have it, but anyhow, this is the one I chose. And then you're going to need the Avery Ultra tabs. I absolutely love these things, and I have some more tips on how to use these Avery Ultra tabs for some other fun projects, so check out my other uploads on tips and techniques on how to use these. Okay, so what we're going to do is grab a collection that you haven't labeled yet, and here's a collection that I designed a little while ago. And since it's fall and we're in the theme of Halloween, I thought this would be fun to put together. So you want to just gather all your different papers, cards, these have border strips, all the different pieces to a particular collection. And you can see that holds quite a bit of paper and different products in there. Okay, so now those are in there. Next, you want to take one of your little Avery Ultra tabs. Okay, like I said, these are fantastic. These are paper, so it's super easy to write on and a really nice surface. So sometimes what I'll do when I'm categorizing my paper packs is I'll also include the designer or the company name, as well as the name of the pack of paper. And I do this because certain designers have certain styles, or certain companies have certain styles, and so you know if you're wanting that style, that it's pretty easy to recognize who the designer is and what their style is. Okay, and then what I've done is I usually just stick this on right at the top of where the paper is, okay, so that they're all lined up on in my cubbies the same way, and it just sticks right down. Now they are removable, so it's really easy to move it if you don't get it in the right spot the first time. Then I flip it over and I write the same thing on the back so that I can see both sides of the pack. Okay, so there you have it. That's as quick and easy as it is to make your own paper folder. Now it's easy to get all different kinds of products in here, and it's nice that they're all kept together, and so you have your own little mini palette. This one you can see has stickers, embellishments, journal cards, and again, you're writing on both sides so you can see it. This also has an index card, really important to keep those in there. And again, here's another one where I did Echo Park and I wrote the name of the pack, but I know Echo Park has a certain style of product, so that's easy to grab. So the majority of my products are Creative Memories, and I don't label each one of those tags with CM just because I know their products. But for the other packs that I don't have a whole lot of different designers or different labels, I do like to know which design or which company it came from. Okay, so that's how you get your paper packs. These are the big pockets, and like I mentioned, these are important to have for your bigger categories because these hold so much more than one of the little tiny sleeves. And you can get these through Creative Memories, and I will leave a link below as well. If you want to use my link, you're welcome to. If you have a consultant, go ahead and do that. But these are really excellent folders. They are a little on the pricier side, so that's why I say just for the big bulkier things, these are good to hold on to. So I like to have little tabs cut ready to go whenever I need to relabel something. I did find these really cute little index cards at Walmart. Mindology dot grid index cards. I thought they were so cute. So that's what I'm using to make my labels. So I do have, I just use my trimmer and I cut one of the bigger sheets down. And then I just use my little mini scoring board to give it a quick score. And then I flip it over and I will write what I want to put on this tab. And then it gives a good bulk when you fold it over to have it, and then those just slip right in to the bigger sleeves. And now you have those big general categories labeled and ready to go in the big sleeve. This is really an economical way to make a lot of different sleeves for the different paper packs that you have and keep them organized and ready for you to use whenever you're ready to scrapbook or make a project. I know there are so many different wonderful ways to store and organize all of your own craft supplies. I'm so happy to share with you my system on paper organization. I do hope this was helpful, and I'd love to hear any comments or questions you might have. So be sure to leave those in the description below. Until next time, I hope you take time to craft some joy. Bye for now.